You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
My South Carolina brethren.
Nick Grant.
What's up?
Nick
What's
Grant.
up?
What's happening, my brother?
Man, just living life, man, enjoying the journey.
You finally got the project out.
Yeah.
Return to the cool.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you took your shades off. Don't be too cool
Yeah,
that you wear shades during the
me.
interview.
Yeah.
They ain't shades. They regular lenses, though.
I just hate when I.
tinted?
Yeah, they just
Are those
regular
real
shit.
prescriptions?
Nah, not at all.
Oh, all right,
Okay.
so you was right.
Yeah.
He's just being cool. We saw you on Stephen Colbert, by the way. Great job.
Yeah, how'd you like it?
It was great. I thought it,
Thank you.
first of all, I love the songs that you did.
Thank you.
And I think for a lot of people, they look at you as like, okay, he's a lyricist. There's a lot of young artists out right now
Right.
that aren't necessarily lyricists.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just like, I just try to use my voice and say the right things, you know. I come from like a healthy background with my grandmother raising me and my grandfather raising me. So, you know, it's my responsibility as an artist to talk about certain things in this world, and especially in these times. But no,
like
it was
love in a positive way.
fun. Absolutely, absolutely. That was very important for me to do that, especially on MLK Day. Yeah.
Did you let Stephen Colbert know you was from South Carolina?
I did.
Okay.
He's from Charleston, he said.
James Island, actually.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he told me about that.
Now, you got one of the best promo items I've seen in a long time, too. Hold
Yes.
that up, P.
Oh.
That's the.
All right,
I'ma
open
tell
it.
you
I'm
something.
sorry.
Now,
Okay. Bars. It's
everybody in
bars.
this room is old except for you, Nick, right? And Leah. But we remember the Big Mac
yeah.
promo.
You remember that?
Yes, with Bad Boy. And it was like the Big Mac box, and that's when Craig Mack
Yeah.
and Biggie came out. That's the best promo item I've seen since then.
Oh, man, thank you. Hopefully I had
And
the
look at the
best
flash
album.
drive, too.
It comes with a flash drive?
Comes with a flash drive.
It's also a bar.
Wow. That was it hard doing an hour? Well, you spit bars. I mean, with this,
Yeah.
it's a mumble rap world right now.
It's
Right.
really not, though.
Yes,
Why do
it
we say
is.
that? We say that so much, but it's really not.
It is. It
You can-
absolutely positively
And if I
is.
tell you to name the
Everyone's a-
rappers that mumble, you're going to name 3. And then I can name you 7 that actually spit.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the rappers as far as what we see on radio. what
Radio.
we see on
Okay, so
television,
radio's the
what we see-
problem.
Right.
I'm glad you admitted that.
I mean, I love all of it, man. I love Future, but I also love Nas. I love Jay-Z.
Yep.
I just feel like, you know, you don't wake up every day feeling the same way. So it's good to have, you know, options. And, you know, that's what I can appreciate about everybody's artistry and everybody's music. For me, it's just enjoying everything. I wake up differently every day. I have different emotions. So, you
Let's
know.
talk about your evolution from when you first met Jason Jeter, because he's the person who actually signed you.
Yes, he is.
But I remember you met him at first.
Tell him who
and
Jason Jeter is. Tell him-
Jason Jeter is part of Grand Hustle. He's partners with T.I.
Uh-huh.
And
Ex-partners.
you said what?
Former partners.
Oh, former partners.
Yeah. Former manager of
Former
T.I.
manager.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's move on.
Samir correcting us. he would know.
But anyway, when he first met you and saw you perform and heard your music, he actually didn't sign you at first.
No, he didn't. I was actually in a situation, you know, that I was trying to get out of at the time.
What was the situation?
I don't even want to bring light to that.
I mean, you have to say who it is, but like what type
Was
of
he
situation?
Oh, just I was signed. I was signed.
He was signed to We Sell Dope Records out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah,
Had him doing trap beats.
yeah, but definitely found myself compromising myself as an artist a lot in that situation. And that's not what I'm about. It just wasn't working. I was just trying to get my way out of that. And you
Hold
know,
on, so you telling us that there's records out there with you rapping about killing people and selling
Nah,
dope
I
and
wasn't.
stuff?
Nah, not
Okay.
those kind of records.
All right.
But just saying you should make records for this. You need a club record or you need this. And
Gotcha.
right now I'm in a position where I make what I feel, you know, so, you know, I appreciate it now. But yeah, when I met him, I gave like my brother a CD and he took it, gave it to one of his friends, and his friend liked it. Jason called me like that same night. I told him about the situation. We ran into each other again, like he was just following me on social media. And he was like, yo, I want to hear this music that you champion. Because I would say the most outlandish things on like Instagram. Like, I'm the best ever. And, you know, he's like, I want to hear this music that you know, saying is the best hip hop music ever. Played him the music, which was the 88 project. He loved it. And, you know, we've been working ever since.
Now explain the song Drug Lord Couture.
Nice. Listen to the album. For me, you know, I wasn't in the streets like that. That wasn't my life. I had a job. So, but what I admired about the drug dealers, even if it was in my neighborhood or on TV or different things, was their fashion sense. Whether it was sheepskin coats and the gold Cuban links with the Mercedes-Benz emblems and different things like that. And I just admired their fashion. So it's also a come up story too. Just being the best MC, lyricist that there is. That's what it's about as well.
It reminds me of like when Nas did like Looking Out the Project Window.
Absolutely.
And he
The
wasn't
Ron Osley shit.
Yeah. He wasn't out there, but he was observing and
Absolutely.
talking about the observances
Absolutely.
that he saw.
Yeah, that was my life. You know, it was never, you know, I tried it. It just wasn't for me. You know, I had like morals and stuff, so certain things just felt bad, and I wouldn't, you know. So yeah, that just wasn't my life. But
Right.
I admire certain things about a lot of those people did that around me. So
Bro, listen,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I love, you know, for so long in hip hop, we celebrated the street rappers and
Right.
celebrated the gangster rappers. I love the U's, I love the
Thank you,
Wale's,
thank you,
the
thank you.
Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's. I'm tired of seeing brothers shoot each other. I'm tired of seeing brothers shoot each other. Like, that's whack to me. Like,
Yeah,
I like the dudes that's like,
absolutely.
nah, that wasn't me.
absolutely.
Some artists really stray away from also talking about anything that's political, but you do address certain situations
Yeah.
in your music as well. You think that's important? Do you look at yourself as kind of somebody that raises awareness?
Like I said, you gotta use your voice. I feel like the Trump era in presidency is comparable to like the Reagan era, as far as like the content in hip hop music and the things people are able to speak about. And I feel like it's probably worse, you know, in a sense, because you know he's like on Twitter all day, which is like crazy to me. And I just feel like you got to use your voice and just express certain things that are going on in the world. So if I don't do that, I fail as an artist, and I fail in my heart about the things that I really want to speak about.
Now, what made you change? You said at first you weren't like that. What was that thing that said, "All right, this is not me. This ain't gonna work"?
Just knowing who I was as a person, like, you know, like I told him, like morally, certain things just didn't feel right for me. If it felt corny to do stuff that wasn't for me, you know, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to live like that, you know.
Did you have reservations messing with Jason Jeter since he was with T.I., who was street and Dro was street?
All the things we don't want
all
you
the
to be.
things
But then you had a B.O.B. Then you had a B.O.B. over there.
Right.
That was B.O.B. But
Nah, I didn't. You know, that's their life and their career. I just got to be me, you know, and just do the best I can do, regardless of what anybody else around me is doing and how they're living. I just got to live in my truth.
And Luxury Vintage Rap, that's the last record on the album. That's sort of the same vein, too. Like, you observing
Absolutely.
what everybody's doing as far as balling and flossing.
Right, yeah. Let's get back to the essence of what hip hop really is and what it was really based on. You know, making good music and being competitive, you know. So yeah. Going into this project, you know, I use the title "The Cool" to describe what I feel like hip hop should be present day based on the people that I grew up listening to, whether it was a Nas, Jay-Z, Tupac, Notorious B.I.G. You know, these guys were like superheroes to me, but it also didn't stop with hip hop music. It was also Joe Sample, Earth, Wind & Fire, Luther Vandross, Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye. All of these different types of music was being played in my house. I just took what I love and applied it to my life and my artistry.
You love jazz, too, right?
Absolutely. Joe Sample.
Who put you on the jazz?
Man, like I said, I was raised by my grandmother and grandfather,
Yeah.
so they put me on the jazz music early.
And even when you say you grew up on like Jay-Z, Nas, that seemed like the era before you.
Right, it was. I had an older brother who was like a
Okay.
decade older than me, so you know he didn't necessarily sit me down and just play this music, but you know he would play it in the house and indirectly.
always around.
Yeah, it was always around, so I had no choice.
Do you think hip hop is full of mumble rap now?
I feel like people could, you know, use their voice to say different things, you know. So yeah,
Because when I think of the dopest people in the game, they all are spitters. Pretty
yeah,
much.
you have to be. I mean, that's never gonna change. You have to be an MC to be the king of this thing, or be in the top, you know, top tier of MCs. You have to actually say something. So that's the good thing about it.
Has anybody asked you to write for them?
Great question. Yes.
Are you writing for people?
Nah,
'Cause it
not
makes
at,
sense to me. Listening to your songs and your lyrics, I could imagine that people would be like, yo, I need him to come work in the studio.
man, all the time. I just feel like if it's not you, if I gotta do that and do all of that, it's somebody that's been rapping for 10 years that really deserved this and really deserved their shot to be heard and saying different things and really passionate about, you know, hip hop music and really passionate about the culture. I was that guy. And to learn that, you know, a lot of these guys have their raps written is like, you know, so disappointing, man. But
is it disappointing to you when you see that?
it is. It definitely is.
Do you have would you write for other people though? I mean, that's good money for people too, by the way. It's not.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily do it for the money. I do it to inspire and to change lives. So, yeah.
But I mean, your lyrics coming out of somebody else's mouth that could inspire and change lives
I mean,
too,
absolutely.
and
But
get a check.
I feel like if you can't step up to the mic and say it yourself, then
Don't say it.
don't say it.
And where the hell you find Rico Barrino at? I always thought Rico was dope, but he just didn't.
Yeah,
Pop for him, like-
Rico is definitely dope. Rico, like, he played me records that I didn't know he was capable of making, just different records that were like off the scale, big pop records, whatever.
Was it a Carolina connection?
Absolute Grand Hustle connection.
Okay.
Jason Jeter, he called him to the studio. I met him in that last situation I was in, but Jason made the relationship more solid. He invited him to the studio to do the sing-along record. Yeah.
And you said you said this record you're like really bigging up women. Are you in love?
I just love women. I just love women, period. I was raised by all women.
That laugh was awkward.
Like the guys always say it, but it's always one girl that made them write 6 songs.
It sounds funny you asking the question.
Yeah.
Right,
Just follow
yeah.
him on
You can
Snap.
ask that.
I'm in love. You in love? We married. What you talking about?
Hey, are you in
Follow
love?
him on Snapchat. You can learn all about it.
Well, he got a girl on Snapchat?
Nah, man. Nah, not at all.
Now he don't want to claim
Got a
it.
girl on
What
Snapchat.
y'all dude, man? He got an album out now. You don't want to claim it.
Oh, man.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
not good for my marketing.
Oh, man, y'all crazy.
They are gonna ruin your stuff. when
Return
you
of
go
the
back
Cool.
home.
Out right now.
Now, there you go.
Yeah.
Stay on brand. Now you say you don't like to be called a conscious rapper.
Yeah, man, I'm just real. I'm just myself. I'm who I am. I don't want to be put in a box by, somebody else's standards or terms or what they feel I am. Let me just enjoy the music. Just be happy with the product that I put out and just
Right.
enjoy it.
But we're also very complex, and I'm sure if you look back and people bring up like old lyrics of yours, would they be like, man, I can't believe this is Nick Grant rapping like this, and now he's like this?
Probably, I think the only thing they would say is it's not good as it is now. I was trash at one point.
You were trash?
I wasn't the person that was just naturally good. I had to get better over time, and I felt like God gave me an opportunity when it was time for me to be heard.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad you said that, because there's a lot of people out there who are trying to be an artist,
Right.
trying
Oh,
to
boy.
rap, and they might not be that good
And
right
they
now.
need to
People
quit.
might
Every
tell
morning,
them
and they
to
sound
quit, give it
horrible.
up. It's not going to happen for you,
Right.
but you said that at one point you feel like, looking back,
Yeah.
you were trash.
Yeah, I mean, certain people feel like I was dope. They feel like I'm
They saw
hard
the
on myself.
potential in you.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had to practice. Practice makes perfect. I was
Right.
just diligent with my craft, and I always wanted to perfect my craft and be great at what I did. So
Why'd y'all sign to a major? Because you had a strong following, and I felt that independent would have been great for you. Almost like Chance the Rapper.
man, L.A. Reid was just
Cut that check.
You hear all the mumbles over there about like Chance fake independent.
It's not about the money.
Chance fake,
It's not about the money, by
Chance
the
fake
way.
independent. Here,
But nah, it just made sense for what we doing. He just supported the whole Culture Republic movement, and he just wanted to add to it with all of his resources. He's a legend, so it just made sense. Just made sense.
Well, you
I
know-
went to his listening party, by the way. It was the weirdest thing I've ever been to.
Wow.
No, it was because I walked in and
Are you still
everybody's...
eating chocolate?
Yeah, sorry. It's bars.
Got
But everybody, it was like what do they call it? A quiet listening party?
Silent listening
Silent
party.
listening party.
Yeah.
So everybody, you walk in, everybody has on headphones and they're listening to the album. So you walk in and it's dead quiet
Right.
and everybody's standing around. But it was very creative.
Yeah, we did that because it was like they just feel like I'm the type of artist you should really listen to and dissect, the lyrics. And normally when we would do listening parties, it would be only people coming for the food and
And the
just
drinks and to
exactly,
chit-chat,
and
and
see
no
other
one's
people.
listening.
Nobody listening.
listening parties are the worst thing for lyricists.
Yes.
But that's why
They are.
that was a good idea
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
had no choice but to listen because you got to be in there with the headphones on and you can't talk
yeah.
to each other.
Minimal interaction. So, the only reaction was, "Oh, did you hear that line? That was dope." And facial expressions. It was like the most awesome thing we could have ever did. That's dope.
Well, Nick, you got to leave us with some bars, man. The Breakfast Club
have my
audience
bars
may
too.
not be too familiar with you,
Oh man.
so you need to leave them with some bizarres.
All right, cool.
Pressure's on.
Listen. Forever a queen, pure black and never so clean. When shit get hot, you help me watch for what these devils could bring. Responsible nightmares and having federal dreams. And being grounded can bring you closer to heavenly things. I learned from you. I want you to teach me to love you. The missing piece to the puzzle, single parent hustle. I feel stupid, thought Cupid's arrows too dull to cut through. Sweet Sadie, you give me sugar, place none above you. That cocoa butter on skin took the G out of me. Wanna be with a king, Coretta must be your kin. Gotta be colorblind, you can't see you're a gem. Before I break the family branch, I go out on a limb. I love your eyes, the way you stare. I love your heart, how you provide for whomever's there. I promise I got you. You never had a lot. How could I fault you for this? You like the closest thing to God. Still we call you a bitch, black woman.
There we go.
He did that. He did that because he didn't acknowledge that he had her on his Snapchat earlier. So he wanted to make up for it. He wanted to make up for it. I did that rap for you at the end, boo. That's what that was.
My goodness.
That's what that was. I ain't gonna lie. He scared me when he said "Forever a Queen." I'm like, God damn it. What's the next line? Nick Grant. Nick Grant.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.